This is like a request of like how I got into metal. I really properly got into metal when I was like 11. It was the summer of 2005 because I got kicked out of my previous school for throwing dust at teachers and jumping out of the two-story window. So I got expelled. Um, and my mom showed me stuff that she used to listen to, like Venom and Cradle of Filth, uh, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, Rodney, James Dio, and stuff. Um, and then I met this guy when on my bus, like after I had to start going to the school. That was a 7 hour journey in the bus. So, like, round trip per day was 7 hours. And he showed me, I think it was Corn Here to Stay. And then I got into metal, like, properly. Uh, I started listening to things like Korn, Slipknot, Mudvayne, Eminem, Arth, Slayer, Megadeth, Metallica, AC/DC, the usual stuff. Um, and uh, I guess you could say it started earlier because my mom, when I was really little, she used to listen to things like Pentangle and Steel Ice Band, which is like old English folk. Um, so I liked metal, and then I really massively got into metal when I got the Korn album, the first demo, the first Korn album, the 1994 album, and I found the song "Daddy" on it, and I realized that like I wasn't alone anymore, kind of thing. That other people have gone through this shit too, um, and that was like a massive part for like really getting into metal, I guess. I spent a bunch of years from like age 11 listening to like fucking Eminem, Arthur, and Cradle of Filth, and Poison Black, Sentenced, Megadeth, and Metallica, and all that shit. And then probably when I was about, it was probably around the time where my wrist happened, where I had a fucking like mental breakdown or something, and I punctured my wrist with glass, and I don't know if you can see that, but I nicked the artery, and my girlfriend held pressure on it for 9 hours, uh, so I didn't bleed out. Cause like my whole arm up to like here, my shoulder went gray, like dead meat. That was, yeah. I also shot blood onto the hospital door. Well, that was terrifying. Um, so it was around just after that happened, I started getting into heavier shit. Uh, so like I started listening to death and like other death metal, Beyond Creation, which is technical death metal. I start really listening to Eminem Arth a lot more. Um, so I started listening to a lot more death metal and shit, and then I think it was a few years ago, probably 4 years ago, I really started getting to black metal because I heard like some stuff because my brother showed me Zethris, the band Zethris, or Exit Thrites as I thought it was called. Um, it's a depressive suicidal black metal band like that my little brother showed me. It's really cool is I think it was like last year or the year before. I was a member of Zethris for like 4 or 5 months, and like it was really fun. Like I had a lot of like fun times making music with Alex. Like he's fucking chill, cool and stuff. Um, and then we like agreed that I would leave because um, my PC can't actually write music. It's not good enough. It's really fucking crap. So we agreed that I'd go, which kind of sucks. But like me and him are on great terms. Like he's fucking awesome. Like, he's cool. Um, when we had to flee the U.S. because I'm from New England. I grew up mainly on a horse farm, but from when I was born until I was like 6, we lived in like 13, 14 different places because my psychopathic scumbag father, who torments animals, kills animals, abuses women and children severely and stuff, he fucking kept moving away, moving all over the place. And like, at 2 points, I was living in a tent when I was a baby. One was because the roof leaked. Um, like, my father fucking is a psychopathic scumbag who was in this Navy SEALs in Vietnam, and he fucking had a guitar, Epiphone acoustic, that he bought before he went into service. Um, and I used to watch him playing that when like I was a kid, so that was probably part of why I wanted to like learn guitar, I guess. But I fucking hate his guts, I really do. And unfortunately, he's not dead. So one day. But he's actually the reason why we had to fucking leave, because like he was gonna murder us, or I was gonna end up killing him because of the abuse he was doing. So we fled and came to my mom's country, Britain, and I've been here for like 13 years and 2 days. 13 years and 4 days, because today's Christmas. Um, and yeah, so came over here, lost everything, and then I got kicked out when I was 16, and I ended up living in a B&B as a homeless youth, and then I got put in a hostel, and that really sucked. Um, and then on my 17th birthday, my mom got me my Kerry King V signature, which is here. And I started learning to play on this, and it took about a month for me to learn Corn Blind on this. But when I did, I was fucking astonished. I was, oh my god, I can actually play something that's wicked. Um, and then after that, I bought another guitar, which actually I don't have anymore because it was stolen. I had a BC Rich Trace T, and the case was stolen too. Um, I like that guitar. I never played it much because I didn't want to ruin it, and I wish I did. Which is why my white one is so messed up, because it's had a lot of shit. I got it repaired because my black guitar died. The other black guitar, the Schecter. This one's got a lot of damage. I accidentally stood on the jack and ripped the back out when I was 18, which really sucked. Which means I couldn't use it for gigs anymore. Cause like, the first band I was in was when I was like just after, I think I was like 17 and a half, maybe not even. I joined a band called Unhinged, and they were like a cover band, and I just wanted to play music or whatever. So like, they told me to get on the drums, asked me if I could play. I said no, and they said, "Do you know this song?" I'm like, yeah, I know this song. So I played it. It was like rock stuff, but they told me would I be able to learn the drums, like the songs on the list, and I was like, I don't see why not, and they let me in. And I had like 2 months to learn stuff, so I bought a drum kit eventually. All my guitars and drums I've saved up for by when I lived in Wales, because I'm in England. I used to go to Roland's music store, and they let me just like put money down and then come back and then put more money on it and come back, put more money on it, and then when I paid it off, I could take it. Like, that's how I got all my instruments. And I used to go 1 week eating and 1 week without eating in order to like do it. So I used to have a bass guitar. That was thrown out because my mom's sister didn't realize that 2 broken strings doesn't mean it's a broken bass. So she threw the bass, she threw the amp, the gig bag, and all that shit. I've played in a bunch of different bands. Nothing as big as Ethris, because these other bands just like broke up in no time. Either I left because of musical differences, like because they were like playing emo and I wanted to play like more thrash and shit. Uh, and uh, because like they weren't famous in like 2 weeks, so the band dissolved. But yeah, and I'd probably say that black metal, death metal, and fucking the heavier side of thrash are probably my favorite genres. Uh, but yeah, music's helped me out a lot. I think music does help people in one way, shape, or form. Like, whenever I'm seriously fucking depressed and shit, like, I'll grab my guitar and play. Or, like, I'll just throw on some really, really heavy shit. Like 1349. Um, it doesn't always help. There's been times, obviously, like my chest, I've sliced my chest wide open. I got scars that run down the length of my arm and legs. Where sometimes I haven't healed right either. And I was supposed to go to the hospital and get stitches, and I didn't. Um, but yeah, music is a massive help. Like, seriously. It helps you get your, like, fucking anger and aggression out. It's an alternative to a knife, I reckon. But yeah, anything else about the music? Uh, Thrash metal. Like, I started listening to that probably around the time I started listening to death metal. I don't know, it's just a music. I don't know. Music helps, like, when I'm seriously fucking furious at, like, my species. Well, all the shit. Uh, so, like, I don't know. I'm gonna pause it real quick. Also, I almost bought a banjo and a violin instead of my white guitar and coffin. I don't know why. I always kind of wanted to learn the violin, and I thought the banjo would be funny. But my drum kit is a Mapex Tornado from like 2013, 2011, I think. And I got like Sabian Crash, and I've got the hi-hats are Stag medium, and I think they're handmade. And I've got a custom Stag ride cymbal, which is really thick. Gonna pause it again because I can't think of anything. I reckon like it's also like the trauma and shit like has steered me in the metal direction. Because it's like it's not like other kinds of music. It's like when I'm fucking, I'll tell you a story. When I used to get home from school, even when I was like really little, like when I was in fucking kindergarten, uh, I'd come home and we had like two different farmhouses. Like there was the first farm we eventually had to leave because the people who did shit to me when I was 7 lived across the road and the courts were siding with them and shit. So moved to Falls Village, where my father still lives. We had a horse farm there. And what was I saying? Fuck, I can't remember. Oh god. Oh yeah, that like music fucking helps and shit with like shit. I was telling you a story. I'm sorry. So I'd come home from school and I'd put my bag down and my father would fucking chase me up the stairs and try and crush me behind the door because I'd pin myself against the wall and against the door. and try and keep him out. And obviously, it wouldn't work because he's fucking huge. Um, and like you know those fucking we had a horse arena on both farms. On the second farm in Falls Village, we had a horse arena that was held up with the wooden shit under the tracks on railroad tracks. He was lifting those by himself, and he was like 50 something at the time. Um, but yeah, I come home from yeah, so he'd like try and crush me behind the door and shit like that. Like he's chased me with a fucking chainsaw. He's chased me with an axe and a hatchet because the axe eventually became a hatchet because he broke it. He's chased my little brother with a snowblower. It was fucking anarchy in my house. It was fucking nuts. It really was. Which is why we came to my mom's country because we had to leave. But yeah, like I'm fucking depressed like all the time. And music is a massive like benefit. Cause I'll listen to music all fucking day. Like so I try and stop myself from doing stupid shit. And yeah, light shit gets too much to you, so you just fucking try and zone out and listen to music. Or grab like an instrument and start playing to like deaden yourself to the world. So it's just you and your guitar or drums or whatever it is. Like fucking I did love that though. The only piece I got back home was when my father went to the Veterans Affairs, which is the Veterans Hospital in the U.S., the one in New Haven. Um, and it was fucking so peaceful when he was gone. Like we were hoping he was gonna die from he had cancer from Agent Orange from Nam. And he was supposed to die in 2005 or 6, and he didn't. He got fucking all cleared, and it's fucking bullshit. We're really fucking hoping he would die. But he is a fucking psychopath. Like one time, the people who did shit to me when I was a kid, like they literally tortured me, and worse. Like I've even got a branding mark on the back of my skull, which is kind of good I got into metal because people don't ask me about it because I can't see it. My girlfriend's seen it. She said it looks fucking horrible, which I'm not surprised, to be honest. And plus, I forgot. Oh, yeah, I remember. So they scared my mom off her horse because she does dressage, like English dressage. And they scared her, the horse Pagan, and she fell off and I assume landed on her neck. I was like 8 and I was begging and pleading with my father to go and fucking check on my mom and make sure she's fine, which he did eventually after like 50 minutes of crying and shit. So we went out there. He refused to take her to the hospital, and like a month later, she wandered into her friend's tack shop in Lakeville. And her friend took her to the hospital, and she had slipped the second and third vertebrae in her neck and almost severed her spinal cord. So yeah, like one time my mom got plowed over by a horse called Sasha that we got because we had like a rescue farm. Not a rescue farm, it was like a retirement place for horses. Like my horse is buried on the second farm. My mother's horse is buried on the first. And I forgot. God damn it. I forgot what I was saying. But my point is like that you're not really alone, even if you think you are. Like other people have gone through shit too, shit as it may be. So like it may seem like you got no one to talk to or whatever, but you've always got someone or something or whatever. Like even back home when I had nothing, like I still had my horse to talk to before he died. But yeah, like other people can relate to shit. But it's not easy talking about it. I know it's not. I don't even want to do this video, but I'm doing it to like try and push myself to do stupid shit. I really don't want to do like being on camera without my guitar, which is my safety blanket, basically. That fucking, yeah. Life can be shit, man, but it doesn't have to be that way. It can be better. Shit can change. Like shit, I swore to myself when I was 8 that I was gonna be dead by the time I'm 16. And I started cutting when I was 9, and I started trying to kill myself when I was 11 years old. And yeah, I'm still here, man. It's ridiculous. Like, I've come close quite a few times. But yeah, I'm almost 30 now. That's ridiculous. Time sure does fly. But yeah, that's not like everything, of course. Like, I've got a whole host of bullshit. But I told you some stuff to give you like an idea of like, you know, you're not alone. And other people know what it's like too. And it's shit. But we're in it together. Yeah. Isn't life wonderful? Absolutely joyful. I started smoking because I tried to get cancer. Obviously, like, because my attempts have been shit. So I figured, oh, if I don't fucking die, at least I'll get cancer in the end. Yeah. Well, yeah. Plus, like, I had shit even from my teachers. Like, because my name, I don't have a different name. Like, I just have my name. I don't have a last name. I was never born with a last name or anything. It's just ghost with a hyphen and horse. And I used to get shit from my fucking teachers. Not all of them. Like, there was a couple, though, that were like, oh, I should change my name and have a more Christian name and not have such a barbaric name. And nah, never. I ain't ever changing my name. Like, so like my mother is English. And my father's native. These 75%, our tribes are Pootatuk and Abenaki. The Pootatuk come from like the Connecticut River, which is kind of where I grew up. And I lived in the north. I lived in fucking tri-state area of like Connecticut, Mass, and New York. Cause we kept fucking moving everywhere. And the Abenaki are from the north. One time we got like the car broke down on the way back from a powwow in upstate New York. And some woman gave us a trailer and then called DCF because it was infested with rats. The trailer that she gave us. Humans are why I've become a misanthropic recluse. But yeah, anyway, I hope this helps somebody. Like, even if it's like just for a day. Take it minute by minute. As long as you don't think about the whole picture of life, you don't have to fucking overcomplicate your brain. Yeah. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video and stuff, and yeah. I don't like talking on the camera, so thanks for watching. Laters.